Hello everyone and welcome back to Satisfactory. Today we are starting off with tier 1 or tier 2 or whatever that next tier is. I'm not sure what it is, I can't remember. Let's go look. Welcome back. Alright, now what is the next goal? I don't know. I was doing either tier 1 or tier 2. And there looks to be specific milestones for each one. We've got base building, logistics, field research in tier 1 with part assembly, obstacle clearing, jump pads, resource sync bonus program, and logistics mark 2 in tier 2. And I think tier 1, probably base building and logistics, maybe some field research is probably going to be the best option to start with. So that is what we will be doing today. And I suppose we should start with base building. Now, it's getting a little expensive to actually, research all of these things. So I think it's about time we increase our passive resource production by doing the mining thing like we did for iron over here with limestone and copper as well. And then maybe getting some conveyors to put them in a certain location so I don't have to run over there, although we don't really have a storage. So maybe we just, for now, we put our miner, we put our smelter, and then also for the limestone, I think we're just going to put the assembler, or whatever that thing is, the constructor. Yeah, we'll put a constructor down there so we can just make concrete for us. I think that makes sense. We should probably start with copper, though, because that is the smelting thing, and I already know how to do that. Now, of course, we are going to have to figure out this power line situation here, because there's 4 power lines connecting to it, so we probably need to rework our power grid somehow. I may just want to stop using these biomass burners and go make my own somewhere, although I don't really know how useful that's going to be, right? I don't know how much biomass we have. We got plenty of plants around here, but I don't know if biomass is the future, Apparently I can also make just straight up biomass now. Is that a thing that I can do? Yeah, biomass leaves, biomass wood. Interesting. So I don't know how much biomass makes. Interesting. So it doesn't really tell you how much it is. So I think I'm gonna go grab some leaves and just craft some, and we will see how long they burn for. And let's just put it in the generator and we will see how good that is. It takes 6.67 per minute, which is better than wood, and I think that's more efficient, right? Let's see, how much do you actually make out of these? I don't know. I gotta do some math real quick here. 10 leaves makes 5 biomass, and it's 80 leaves in a minute, or it's 6.6, so it's definitely better to make biomass. Wood, I'm not sure about that, though. Wait, it makes 20, so I think making biomass is just the best anyway, so that's probably what we'll end up doing, and I might want to get away from the 2 generators, because we may need more power generation. Now, last episode, I did misunderstand how the power generation works. Each one of these generators can make 20 megawatts. So we've got 40 megawatts on our grid right now. That takes 5, that takes 4, and that takes 4. So we are at 13, and I believe that is what we are. Yep, max consumption is 13, but we're currently consuming 0.3 because I think we are full on iron. Now, another thing, I am not sure if this just burns consistently always, or it kind of stops when we are not consuming power. I'm not really sure, but I think that actually is the case because there's only 0.3 production, so I think we can just keep a bunch of biomass in here and it won't be a problem. Okay, so that's good to know. So these generators are efficient. They don't just burn fuel for fun. While I was just yapping, I was gathering a whole bunch of biomass, so let's just go ahead and shove a whole bunch into actually making biomass. And then we can go split those evenly between the generators we have. Well, I say evenly. Oh, you can actually split stack. Okay, perfect. So let's just split those between those 2. And now we need to rework our power grid because we do need to get some power to different places. But we also need to figure out if we are going to even have enough, right? Because let's see, 5, 10, 15, 19, 23, and 27. Does the constructor use 4? It does. So we will have 27 consumption, 4 production, 40 production. So I think we'll be fine. We just need to rework this power pole here. And by rework, I mean we're going to disconnect and deconstruct this smelter right here and go move it to the copper, which we're going to go do right now. And of course, I don't have any of the materials required. Of course. Okay, let me go make some more plates. You know what? I might just want to batch up a bunch of everything. Now, I'm not sure how long these cables are, but from what I'm looking like, it seems like they can go pretty far, so I don't know how many actual cables I'll need. But I'm going to go ahead and make some extra wiring and cabling just so I can spread things out. And also, I'm going to try to put in a decent amount of power poles. Oh, okay, so there is some kind of distance, but the more power poles that I put in, the more splitting that I can do, so it would be ideal to put in a whole bunch kind of everywhere, right? Yeah, and let's put one right here to split off to the miner right here. Now, if I put it there, is there going to be enough space over here for the smelter? Yeah, no, maybe? Oh, and that's slightly crooked. There we go. That's better. And then we can plug this into the power pole right here after I get more cables. Bro, And there we have it. Now we should be mining copper. This is making 60 a minute because this is a normal vein, which means our furnace is not going to be able to keep up. Most interesting. We may need to make another furnace or somehow figure out how to speed them up. There appears to be some locked slots here, so maybe that could be important. But now we are making copper, which is great. Next up is limestone. Now I'm going to go ahead and batch up a bunch of different things because I am not going to walk over to that limestone and then run out of stuff. So there we go, that should do. Alright, let's go build some things. Right, now we also do need to run power over here, so let's go ahead and build another power pole. Another one here, trying to avoid the tree. And then we should be able to connect to this guy. And we also have the big whale dude. I don't know, it kind of looks like a whale, doesn't it? Just standing on the vein. Now, I feel bad for poking him, but he's kind of like... Bro, you are going to fall over. That is not... How? Please move, sir. I feel bad. I'm sorry. But also you're in the way. Alright, let's get our miner down. And we'll put it like that. And then we can put our constructor over here. Now, I have not built one of these yet, so this will be interesting. And of course, I do not have everything we need because it needs reinforced plates. Okay. Made all the components except for the one that I needed. And to get reinforced plates, we need 12 screws. And we need 1 rod to make 4. I have not made screws before. Interesting. Okay, so I may just want to make some screws here. I don't know how many we're going to need. I don't know if they're actually used for making anything, but we may as well make some. And we will need to make some more rods. And here is our constructor. Now let's go ahead and plug this thing in. Constructor first. And I'm out of cables. Ugh! Okay, well now we're almost out of wires, and that is an easy problem to solve though, since our smelter up here in Copperland is probably done and has made 100 ingots. That is the case. Nice. Alright, I'll make some more wires later, but now we can go turn on the stupid crafter, hopefully. So there is fall damage. And now we can plug this thing in. Okay, and we want this to make concrete. It will take in 45 limestone per minute and make 15 concrete. That checks out. How much does this thing make? 30. So this thing will not be fully efficient, but that is okay. I think this should make about 10 per minute, which, you know, that's not too bad. But since I do have a whole bunch of limestone just sitting in my inventory that I don't really want to, you know, take up so much space, I think I'm just going to sit over here a little bit and just kind of refill this and not plug in the miner just yet, so we can hopefully build up some concrete. And in the meantime, I guess I can go make some plates and rods so we can work on the base building thing. Or I plug this in and just go make a constructor and a smelter over there so I can just get rid of the stuff in my inventory. That seems like a better idea. Let's do that. And also, I did see a ladder here. Can I actually climb this? Oh my god. Sick. Is there anything up here? There might be. There might be in the future, but not right now. Okay. And I will dedicate these guys their own power pole, just because I think we're running out of connections on our line here. And let's make concrete first, because I have a whole bunch. And this can smelt iron, because I have some iron ore on me. Okay, now our power grid might be struggling. Oh no, we're doing alright. Alright, well now I can start making the components. I'm not going to worry about concrete, but I will do the plates and rods. 100 rods. 100 plates. Small interruption while I'm waiting on concrete to be made. I came over here and we have caterium. I don't know what that is. I guess I could mine some. Should I? Yeah.
Unknown metal collected. This metallic element is showing properties similar to those in group 11 on the periodic table.
Oh.
Such as high conductivity and malleability.
Oh.
Store this potential resource for later use.
Interesting. Okay, so that might be a new wire material, but also notice that there isn't a little vein on the ground there. So maybe this is something that is quite rare or I shouldn't have access to yet. I don't know. I'm going to go put it in the chest, and hopefully by now we should have enough concrete. And finally, 200 concrete. Whoa. Uh-oh. Launching? Does that mean this thing's going to go?
Milestone reached. Several new structures are now available for improving factory organization. Foundations provide a building grid, which makes it easier to manage placement of any structure. In the event that you are experiencing amnesia for all events prior to planetfall, be reassured that memories of beloved humans and/or animals would have only been distractions from your important mission.
Right, okay, that thing did not look stable flying, but we now have buildings. So now how does one build buildings? Here we go. Foundations. We got 1, 2, and 4. Now these look to be... Are these all the same size? Ah, okay, and this is where the world grid thing comes into play. I'm holding control, and... Yeah, there you go. Okay. Makes sense. Now, is the different ones just depth? It looks like it. Yep, it looks like it's just depth. Okay, and I think they are exactly the same cost. They are. Okay, so it probably really doesn't matter which ones I end up doing. Okay, I suppose we can... Well, I don't really know what I would do with these foundations, right? Because I just have foundations and walls, and that's kind of it. Oh, hello. Storage container? Alright, well, I know what I'm doing next. I do not have enough resources to build this because I spent all of my components on that upgrade. Okay, well, let's make some stuff. How much are those? 10 and 10, and I need 3 of them. And I suppose we should also start on the logistics because we could have conveyor splitter mergers, lifts, and building efficiency stat. That sounds good. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get some storages on the end of each of these guys. Or maybe not even on the end, just kind of plonk them down somewhere. Yeah, like there, that'll work. And then janky conveyors, here we go. Please don't break. Bruh. There, now that surely is not too steep. Okay, good. It also is kind of crooked, but I don't really care. Alright, and there's our concrete done as well. Alright, and now we should have large storages of all of the basic materials, which is great, which means I can spend the entire day crafting now instead of smelting. Yay! 150 plates, 150 rods, and 300 wire. That is quite a bit. Luckily, I have a very large amount of iron here, and even more to smelt. I actually do have enough copper already, but I'm gonna go get some more. And you know what? I could set my constructor over here to do one of these for me. Let's actually do that. Okay, what do I not want to make? Iron plates. So that'll take 5 minutes, but it'll probably take me longer to craft the other stuff anyways. 150 rods. 300 wires. And in the time it took to make those two, we made a grand total of 50 plates. Okay, you know what? That's actually not too bad. Ah, perfect. 150 plates. And that will give us some conveyor splitters. That'll be very nice.
Milestone reached. Conveyor belts can now merge, split, and lift to save space and enhance the productivity of your factory. Fixit encourages you to consider investing in verticality when it comes to factory logistics. If you feel stressed by this complexity, imagine yourself on the shore of a vast and calm ocean. Breathe in. Visualize all the people relying on you. The sea is made of billions of faces, each staring at you with hope and tears in their eyes.
What?
Breathe out. Feel refreshed and focused on your duties.
What do you even talk? Okay, you know what? That's fine. Let's see here. Next up is field research. We get a MAM molecular analysis machine used to analyze new and exotic materials. Oh, wait, that we might be able to use that to scan our whatever this stuff's called. Caterium. Okay, interesting, interesting. We have an object scanner to scan for objects. We can make more storage boxes. That's kind of nice. We get some additional inventory and a map. Yes, let's do that one next. That doesn't even look to be too bad. Bunch more copper wires, some screws, and iron plates. So basically a bunch of iron and copper. That is not too bad. I can probably just do that right now. We hopefully have enough iron for that. Maybe not. Okay, well, I do have 100 ore sitting on me right now, so that's fine. And also, I could set up the other miner right there and do the same thing, which we do now have conveyor mergers. So I might be able to merge these two onto one conveyor. How much can the conveyors move? 60 per minute. So yeah, I could merge those two 30s together and then put them into a storage. Very tempting. And we use a lot of iron, so you know what? I think we're going to do that. Okay, now is that lined up? No, that looks to be lined up. No, God, bro. All right, I think that is lined up. Okay. Now, I suppose the real question is, do we even have the power output for this? And the answer is absolutely not, which means we're going to need to go get some more biomass. I need some better power generation, which, you know what? Let's just build that first. We'll have 2 more biomass generators. I actually don't know how to build these. Let's see. Plates, wires, and rods. Not too bad. Alright, and I don't even know how this is going to work, so I'm just going to place one here. Now, is it the exact same as the other one? No, this one can make 30, so it's better than these two. So do I want to just use these instead? I think I do. Okay, yeah, let's build another one. Now, I think this does burn biomass quicker, but our capacity is now 60 megawatts, which is much nicer. Yep, this burns 10 per minute, so it is a certain amount of biomass per energy unit generation, which that does check out, but this should hold us over for at least a little bit. All right, now we can go ahead and get this all hooked up, assuming I didn't forget anything. All right, and let's go ahead and place our storage. So we want to rotate it to be this way. Works for me. Now let's go ahead and connect these conveyors together. Now I do want to actually get rid of this one. And then we probably need to put our conveyor merger here. Conveyor merger. Merges up to 3. Well, I only need 2. So let's go ahead and put this here. And then we can put this one into this side. And we can put this one into this side. All right. And then we can put this into there. And now we have more iron production. And there we go, 60 per minute. That is way nicer. Now this is probably going to get backed up here. Yep. Kind of saw that coming because this has some extras on it, so let's just go ahead and get rid of those, like that. And then that should solve that backup problem, and we should be good to go. And 300 screws done. I do need to grab some more copper. And while we're over here, since our drill is making 60, I think it might be time to upgrade this area as well. And let's go ahead and put it here, and then we can go try to move things closer to the base, which would be down here. So let's go ahead and place in our 2 smelters, another merger, and our storage container. Connect these all together with some conveyors. Invalid shape. You're an invalid shape. And there we have it. Now it should be splitting evenly into 2 different ways. Let me just actually make sure that that is in fact what's happening. Looks to be. Sweet. So it'll go into 2 furnaces and get merged back into a storage container. That increases our copper output by a significant amount, even though I have so much of the stuff, I wouldn't even know what to do with it. I think I know what to do with it. Oh dear. I could just make all of the copper components, which I think is only wires and cables. Yeah. Ooh. Tempting. Very tempting. Or maybe I just make it into wires. You know, oh my god, wait a minute. I just had a genius idea. We don't need that. We don't need that. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. We place a constructor right here. It does bother me that these things are not all the same size, which is minorly inconvenient. Because, like, am I going to be able to run a conveyor out? Why is it yellow? Overlapping another object's clipping may occur. What does that even mean? I don't know. But it's probably not good. Anyways, I'm going to have this make wire, since we're split evenly right now. And then we will have 2 containers. And of course that's invalid. Why would it not be? Oh my god. And then I can connect that to there. Oh my god. What a mess. Okay, but it works. We have 1 for wires and 1 for ingots. I don't know if we'll ever need any of the other ones, but I don't care. Okay, so this power pole needs to now create a new power pole, but then that can be used to route power to all 3 of those guys. All right, now this is going to seriously start consuming a lot of power because it's just going to be making copper and copper wires for a very long time. And it looks like this takes 15 per minute and makes 30, so we actually would need to split this in half to actually get the full thing out of this, but since we're just kind of backfilling this anyway, I don't care. Okay, well, that is going to work. Sure, okay. And while we're here, we can actually put the copper back in, so I'm not carrying thousands and thousands of copper everywhere. Okay, now we can make some wires, or we sit and wait for wires to be made. We've already got 24. And I would do the same thing for iron, but iron is used for a lot more things at the moment. Although, if the assemblers can only make... Uh-oh. I think we're out of biomass. 1 and 0. That is the case. I figured that would happen. Time to go pick some shrubs. But as I was saying, I could do the same thing for iron, but there's a lot more things that iron gets used for. I'm pretty sure that... Well, actually, no, maybe it isn't. It might just be Rods and plates. You know what? That's the thing I'm going to go check while I'm making biomass. Ooh, okay, so, you know, that might be the case. Because screws come from rods, and the reinforced plates come from plates. Ooh, you know, that might be true. Maybe I do just want to do that. All right, well, we're back online. All right, well, let's just go ahead and make some various components. Plates first. 300 wires are done. And in that time, we made a grand total of 30 plates. Actually, not terrible. You know, plates is one of those things I might just want to set up over there. And there we have our 100 plates. Field research.
Milestone reached. Supply the molecular analysis machine, referred to as the MAM, with local resources to research and develop new technologies. Potential technologies include exploration tools, weapons, and factory buildings.
Oh.
These are essential for maximizing your Pioneer efficiency and alignment with Fixit's core pillars: construct, automate, explore, and exploit. To advance Fixit's mission, all notable phenomena, resources, technology, or other influence should be investigated regardless of any perceived danger, as stated in the Pioneer contract.
Makes sense to me. Okay, we got some new things to build, so let's build them. Now also, I need to figure out how to access my map, so that's M, that does check out, and this looks to be my little area here. Interesting. So it looks like this is elevation, since there's a very large pillar that I haven't been able to explore yet, as with over there. I haven't gone up there just yet, and it doesn't look like you can see much else other than this. And it looks like you can place markers though, so that's kind of nice. Okay, cool. All right, so that was the map. Now I know we have a bunch of new buildings, and they're probably in special. MAM, molecular analysis machine, not to be confused with the make everything machine from Shapes 2, and Shapes 1 for that matter. But this is used to analyze new exotic materials. I'm going to make one of these right now, as a matter of fact, because we have that Caterium that I would like to investigate. So let's see, what did that take to build? Reinforced plates and a bunch of copper. Okay. All right, a little bit of crafting later, and we are good to go on the MAM. Let's go ahead and snap this and put that bad boy right there. All right, what are we looking at here? Press E to configure. Alien megafauna research. Caterium research. Oh, let's do this. Cost 10, and I believe we have 15, so we can go ahead and do that. I would assume we just drag this in, or do we start? There we go, and that does not take very long. Okay. Ah, Caterium ingots.
The metal
Okay.
has been named Caterium after Fixit's greatest CEO, Katerina Parks.
Uh-huh.
It has been added as a viable alternative to gold in industrial applications, specifically in advanced electronics
Oh.
due to its superconductivity, malleability, and corrosion resistance.
So it's a superconductor. You know, if it was only so easy to find superconductors just laying on the ground, ugh, man, imagine that. And I can fall through that. Okay, that's not fun. Anyways, alien megafauna. Ooh, I do have some of those, so let's go give it some hog hide. I don't know how much we'll need, but, you know, that's okay. And it appears there's a bunch of other things, but I haven't killed anything else, so let's just start this one.
The remains researched belong to an organism now dubbed the fluffy-tailed hog.
Mm-hmm.
It has many characteristics that would likely classify it among the Suidae family were it native to Earth.
Okay.
Hog remains can now be made into alien protein, and additional research may reveal options for improving Pioneer safety during exploration.
Oh, so it might be able to be used to make armor. Interesting, okay. Now, I think I need to get all 4 of these things researched before I can get down to here to make inflated pocket dimension. More inventory slots, basically. Hostile organism detection. Expanded tool belt. Oh. Structural analysis. Protein inhaler, which is medicine, looks like, and a rebar gun. Okay. And obviously, to get more Caterium stuff, we're going to need to go find some more, so I might just want to go exploring a little bit. And we can also feed in some nutrient plants, which I believe I ate most of, but I might just go out exploring. Now, it did also say that I can make alien protein now, so let's just go see where that's at. Oh yeah, here we go. And my power grid shut down again. Okay, well, anyways, let's just go ahead and make some of this, because I believe we're going to need some for research. Nope, we need to kill things, apparently. Okay, so I made that for nothing, but it might be useful, I'm not sure. What about nutrients? Okay, let's go feed it the, whatever these things are, beryl nuts. Maybe they have beryllium in them, that might be nice.
This fruit, dubbed the beryl nut after its distinctive color, is compatible with the human digestive system and has been added to the object scanner. Further research is available.
Oh, it's been added to my object scanner. And I can scan for Caterium as well. I do not know where the scanner is for the beryl nut, though. And I think I just scanned for iron, and there's a lot, so that's good. Also, we've got a thing of limestone right here that looks to be just something that I can grab off the ground. It isn't a actual vein over here, which is too bad, but that's okay. May as well grab this, and also go pick up a bunch of biomatter because, well, my power grid failed again. All right, do I have enough of these? Yes, I do. What are these? Pale berries. Okay.
This fruit, dubbed the pale berry due to its tendency to stay light in color even when ripe, is compatible with the human digestive system and has been added to the object scanner. Further research is available.
You know, I don't actually know what the object scanner is or if I even have one. Ah, no, I would have to make one. Reinforced iron plates and screws. Actually, you know what? Why don't we just go ahead and make one of those real quick? Oh, what am I doing crafting wires? I have a wire farm. Nice. Okay, and I should be able to put that in my other hand. And now we have one of these. And I can scan for paleberry and beryl nuts. Now, what else? Can we research anything else? Whatever this is, mushroom. I have not seen any of those, although if I had to guess, there might be some around this rock, so let's just go look around. All right, well, I didn't find any mushrooms, but I did get a bunch of leaves. So I think since we did complete Tier 1, what we're going to do is I'm going to turn all of my biomass, or all my leaves and all my sticks into biomass, split them evenly between my 2 generators, and then I'm going to go on a little exploration trip, just wander around, see what I can find, and then we'll call it a day from there. I might actually just want to build a couple more biogenerators, just so I can store more biomass in them, right? Why don't we build a container and a splitter behind these guys, and then we can just pipe it in. Now, if I'm smart about this, I'll put the conveyor splitter here, and then I will build one more generator here, and then it can split 3 ways, and I can put the container over here. All right, there we go. 3 biomass generators, and now I should be able to go over here and put in all of our biomass. There we go, and that will come out, go into the splitter, which obviously is not hooked up yet. Boom, boom, and boom. It is now, and that should kickstart our generators after they get some biomass in them, of course. Looks good to me. All right, and our grid is back online. We should be producing all of our resources again. That is great. Now I'm going to go check on everything because I haven't seen it in a while. That's a good amount of iron. Very nice. That's a decent amount of concrete. And last but not least, down here in Copperland, we have a very nice array of ingots, and we have 36 wires plus the 100 and something that I took out. So there we go. Now I probably, again, would want to make... This is the one where I'd want to make another assembler because this should be getting 30 copper. So we would want to split this and send it back, but I'm too lazy to deal with that right now. Instead, let's go on a little bit of an exploration trip. But I'm going to go drop off everything in my inventory here. I don't need to be bringing most of this with me. I'll bring the portable miner in case we need it. I doubt we will. And I'll bring this. I'll also bring the extra leaves I have because I'm going to go on a very large foliage collection expedition. And also, I can now just drop in any extra biomass that I get straight into this container, and I don't have to worry about it. Which way should we go? We can go up towards the mountain up there to that glowy thing, which I might be able to get to. We can go down into the valley over there, or we can head in this direction to go look at that pile of things, and also that bulbous looking thing over there that I saw. So I'm going to go this way. Now, I did see a couple of mining things over here. That might be more copper, and we've got some iron here as well. It won't help a whole lot because I have a bunch of these things kind of just being produced automatically anyway, but you know, whatever, couldn't hurt. I think you're supposed to start exploring a little bit in the beginning of the game, but I just decided, you know what, we're just gonna settle in. So, and let's see, is this like another copper over here? Bauxite. So we got some titanium here. Okay, I'm going to mine this. Or aluminum. It could also be aluminum. Alumina, gotcha. Which can be further refined into aluminum scrap, which makes aluminum ingots. Okay, interesting. So there might be... We'll get to you in a second, whatever that thing is. It looks like either titanium is not in the game, or it is a different material, because bauxite is usually titanium and aluminum. All right, now let's go look at this thing. What even is this? Oh, it's a bird. Hello, bird. It's a... I don't like it. You know what? I feel bad, but I think I'm going to have to zap you to death, sir, because, research purposes. Yeah, I'm sorry. It didn't even drop anything. Now I feel terrible. Not really. It's kind of creepy. Oh, wait, actually, one last thing I need to do. Was that bauxite just in the wall, or was that an actual ore? I think that was just in the wall, yeah, because I think it was right there. Oh, that's too bad. I would like to try to get up there to whatever that thing is. You know, there might actually be a way up there. Hold on. Oh, yeah, there it is. All right. We get to look at the glowy thing. It looks like it's a flower. That is not a flower. All right. Well, I'm going to have to zap you to death for science. I apologize in advance if you were friendly. Ooh! Okay. Maybe it is just a poison flower. Okay, never mind. I don't want to deal with it. I want to know what those glowy things are, but there's definitely no way I can get up to there, so that's probably for later. Okay, I'm actually going to die if I sit near these things. I need to run. Ooh, okay, we got something over here. Another outcropping. It looks kind of goldish. It is not an actual ore vein, it just looks to be an outcropping, but it... Oh, more Caterium. This is good for research. Okay, looks like we got some more. So Caterium looks to spawn kind of near mountain ridges, and you don't get a whole lot from it. That does kind of check out. It does seem to be pretty rare. Also, I've collected a grand total of more than 1,000 leaves right now, so we are currently swimming in the power. Ah, and apparently this thing is a new biome. Interesting. Now, is there anything in this crater? There is something in the crater. Okay, I'm going to have to go to that. But first, let me go over to these gas cloud things. I'm pretty sure this is going to be poisonous, but it might be something worth mining. Yep, it's poisonous. Okay, we run away. Coal, that's new. Ooh, wait, can I burn? I can't burn this in a biomass generator. Coal is a rock. Mainly uses fuel vehicle for coal power generators or in steel production. Ah, that does check out. Okay, interesting, interesting. Ooh, we got some purple flowers over here. I bet that's part of this biome. And it does just give you leaves, which we're now up to 1,500. Okay. Looks like we do have a limestone deposit right here. And this is an actual deposit because it's in the ground. And it's normal. Okay, you know what? Let's mark this on the map. Now let's go look at this gold thing. Unauthorized. Is this a boss fight? Oh, God. Have I fought you before? Yes. No? I think you're larger. Ow. This thing's definitely larger than the other one. Oh, God. Ugh, I don't want to be here anymore. Oh, okay. I regret my decision. Oh, I regret my decision. All right. Well, that was bad. Let's leave this crater. Jump. Okay, I don't think it can get up here. I hope. I need some kind of weapon to kill that thing. I think it might be just guarding the exit. Alright, well, you don't know I'm here. I'm gone. Goodbye. Okay, well, I'm not going to be able to get that gold thing, whatever it was, because it's getting guarded, unless I sneak around. Where is it? It isn't coming up here, is it? Ooh. Okay. Well, joke's on you, idiot. I'm now down here, and you're not, so I am going to go for the gold thing. Oh, it's coming. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Ow. I don't know what this is. Yellow power slug. Okay. I don't know what this is, but I have one. I got an achievement for that. Tell me what it is before I'm dead.
This semi-slug species seems to persist entirely through absorbing and storing energy from its surroundings. Studying this could provide new methods for improving fix-it production line efficiency. Research it in the MAM to establish classification and potential application.
Alright, well I have absolutely died from that thing. As you can see, I'm dead on the floor. But it's a power slug, and apparently that's good, so. And now I need to go back and grab my stuff. There it is. Okay. I think I should be able to sneak over here. Take everything and get out. Okay, now another thing that I'm going to do though real quick. Put a critter symbol right here because there's a critter in there that I will come back for because it might have some useful things in it. Alright, so I do have this power slug. That's pretty cool. Don't know what that does, but let's go ahead and check this biome out. And also, that looks like sulfur, if I had to guess. That is correct. Maybe I can make a gun.
Unknown chemical element collected. This non-metallic and multivalent element seems to be present only in a solid state and exhibits a most pungent smell. It is fortunate fix-it helmets are of such high quality. Research it in the MAM to establish classification and potential application.
It's sulfur, bro. I'm probably just going to make gunpowder or explosives with it, which is completely fine by me because that would allow me to kill that thing down there. And also, this biome's pretty cool. It's got a bunch of purpley flowers in it and totally things that I probably should not touch, but I'm doing it anyway. And that's a mushroom. Ooh, okay. I need that for research. That's kind of why I wanted to head this way, because it looked kind of mushroomy. Nice.
Potential edible collected. Reminder that look and smell alone do not provide sufficient data to determine exact risk of consumption. Just because it looks like you can eat it, does not mean it won't eat you. Research it in the MAM to establish classification and potential application.
These things are tougher than I remember. Okay, I think I got him. Oh my god, dude. 2 health. 2 health. It is not a very friendly planet. I can say that much. Ooh, more Caterium. Almost missed this. At least I have some more of that hide stuff, though, so maybe I can make armor. That actually might be nice, because I'm currently getting beat to death. All right, let's be a little more careful traversing through this area. It's rather dense, and there's probably creatures around, as I was saying. Wow, look at that. Yeah, that's right. I got the mushroom. I got one to research. I'm going to grab a couple more, just because they're here. And then I think that might just do it for this exploration run. I don't know if there's anything else out here that's worth looking for. I can't see any more ore veins, which is kind of what I was looking at. And also, this is a new biome, so there might be some new ores out here. Like sulfur. I bet there's sulfur somewhere. Plenty of biomass to go around, though, so if I ever need to restock my generators... Okay! That thing shoots... fireballs? I don't know. I'm gonna try to kill it, though. Ow. Okie dokie. Let's retreat and eat this thing. So these things kind of predict where you're gonna go, so we need to be a little careful. Ow. Okay, I got it. Spitter remains. Okay.
Samples of unknown alien species acquired. Their weaponized plasma is most likely stored as a stable chemical substance in an organ close to their mouth, and only turns volatile when exposed to one of the chemical elements in the air. Research the remains in the MAM to establish classification and potential countermeasures.
So that was plasma. Okay, interesting. Well, there's some iron in this mountain here, so I'm going to mine this. Then I think we're going to start heading back. But we're not going to take the same way we came from. I'm going to kind of go on a loop-de-loo around. See if we can find anything else new. Is there anything else around? I'm not seeing any more ores, which means that it's a little sparse. Oh, there's something over there. What? What is that? Wait, is that the same thing? Yeah, that's the, there's something in there. All right, fine. I don't know what this is. It looks cool though. It looks like antimatter or something. Merker sphere.
Follow the veins to the
okay.
The astrobiologist Dr. D.M. Mercer was the first to recognize the presence and probable nature of these alien artifacts. These chain-melted state spheres are named in his honor. Each sphere emits a unique signal. Research it in the MAM to establish locally appropriate classification and application.
All right, so it looks like it's a Mercer, not a Merker. Good to know. And we got some more critters over here, so I'm going to try to get some high ground on these guys. And it looks like there's a crashed ship of sorts here. Ideally, I fight these one at a time, but I feel like the other one's just going to come over here at any second. Or now. Yep, get stuck. Oh, bro's not stuck. All right, got that one. I think they take 4 hits. And here's the other one. And that one got stuck. There we go. All right, let's see what we're dealing with over here. Ooh, free concrete. Oh, 100 cables. Huge. Huge. Rotors? I can't even make those yet. More concrete. 38 reinforced iron. Dude, this is amazing. Can I deconstruct these? Oh, I can. My inventory is almost full, and I can't deconstruct that because I think my inventory is completely full. Wow. Is there anything that I don't need? Actually, you know what? Eat those. Put these in my hand. I got an extra spot. Oh, wait. This has items in it. What's in here? It needs 40 megawatts to actually open. Interesting. Okay, so I'll leave the marker there. And we can come back and open that thing with some power. And there's my base right there. But also, I did see this thing, so I'm going to go over here. Is this another power slug, maybe? But this one's silver. Or diamond. I don't know. What is this? Blue power slug. Okay. Huh. Maybe there's a difference, maybe there isn't, who knows? But let's just go ahead and head back, do some research. And I'm actually surprised that our base is still on. Let's go ahead and craft all of the grass that I have into biomass, which is going to be a lot, by the way. All right, that gave us a grand total of 1,140 biomass, which will last us a very long time. Plus, I didn't even turn the wood into biomass. Let me go do that as well. And that brings us up to a grand total of 1,420, I believe, which is quite nice. That is a lot of fuel, and that should last us quite a long time, which also should theoretically fill up all of our storages. We're almost there on copper. Wires is going to take forever because it's 500 stacks, and iron, I bet we're almost there because this thing is very quick. Oh yeah, almost there. First order of business. Let's get the, what were these, the acid spitter dudes? Let's do this.
The remains researched belong to an organism that tends to nest near objects emitting specific types of resonance. Spitters are called as such due to their ability to create and spit plasma across long distances. Spitter remains can now be made into alien protein, and additional research may reveal options for improving Pioneer safety during exploration.
Interesting. So they hang out near energized areas. Now, I know that the one that I stole the orb, the Mercer sphere from, there was one by it. So maybe there will be another one somewhere over here in the foliage biome. Or I guess that would be over here. We don't have Stinger and we don't have Hatcher. Interesting. But we can get this thing if we have the alien protein, which I think we have enough of these and some alien protein already, so we may as well try.
Research completed. Alien protein can now be turned into biomass or alien DNA capsules. In addition to being used for research, the invaluable alien lifeform data in these capsules can be traded for Fix-It coupons at the Awesome Sync. We guarantee the best capsule to coupon exchange rate anywhere on this planet.
I have no idea what that means, but cool. All right, now looks like we can also do some 1,000. Okay, we're not doing that. I don't know how to make half of those. That's not horrible, and that's also not terrible. I think, what are those, rotors? Yeah, and I don't know how to make those yet, but I do have like 40 from the crashed ship, so cool. All right, alien technology. Yep, don't have that. Don't have that. We do have a Mercer sphere, so let's go ahead and research this.
Mercer sphere analysis completed. Established local planetary signature of massage 2, AB, B, in the local Mercer sphere signals, allowing them to be tracked by the object scanner. Mercer spheres can also transmit data between specific.
Witness our scripture, witness our windows. Have you come to defile our shrine? Sing us a song.
Arguing the existence of intelligent alien life. While Fix-It has figured out the method, all of the original data is still untranslatable.
Yeah, untranslatable, huh? Uh-huh, sure. Okay, well, I'm sure that's completely fine, and we shouldn't be worried about that at all. Anyways, we don't have an... Oh, we do have enough Caterium to get ingots. Oh, let's do that.
Research completed. Caterium ingot recipe unlocked. New Caterium research available.
Oh, well, that was very anticlimactic, but we have Caterium stuff. Now, I probably... Yep, I'm gonna need a bunch of Caterium ingots, and it's 3-to-1. Oof. But I'm assuming we don't actually need that just yet. All right, we do have the mushroom, so let's go ahead and do that.
This mushroom, dubbed bacon agaric due to its uncanny resemblance to raw bacon, is compatible with the human digestive system and has been added to the object scanner. Further research is available.
Yeah, that checks out. It does kind of look like bacon, I guess. Anyways, I cannot make half of these things. Modular frame, steel pipe, and wire. I can do the wire, I can't do anything else, so that will have to do for now. Alright, power slugs.
This semi-slug, now dubbed power slug, is early in its life cycle and has retained only part of its potential energy storage capacity, giving it its blue color. Power slugs are capable of extracting latent energy from their surroundings, including through a form of photosynthesis, and preserve it in their porous semi-crystalline shell over their lifetime. This explains why they rarely move after having found a suitable location.
Interesting. Okay, that is a thing that happens. And I can actually make slug scanning if I want to. I have access to all those components. I cannot make that yet because I presume I need to research it. Actually, can I make those? I can. I just need a blue power slug, which I just use in research. And also the alien DNA capsule, I can make those. And apparently I can make biomass with alien protein, and it is 1-to-100. Ooh, okay, that's actually very much worth it. Now, the issue I have is that I might accidentally hunt things to extinction. I don't know if they respawn. I don't know if anything respawns, as a matter of fact. So Maybe I'll hold out on that until I run out of grass in the area. But also, I can't do... well, no. I could do this because I do have rotors and I do have cables. I can't make the rotors yet, but I have, like, how many? 34? I honestly think that's worth it. Let's do it. And it gave me 100 cables anyway, so haha.
Research completed. Yellow power slugs are further into their life cycle than blue power slugs, and thus have more potential energy stored. They can now be processed into power shards.
Okay, I know what that is. Oh, I see. You can make more of them. Okay, so a power shard is probably used for something important, but we're not quite there yet. And also, there appears to be a purple one, but obviously can't research that yet. All right, last but not least is sulfur.
This unknown chemical element was in reality an unusual mixture of solid sulfide and sulfate materials from which sulfur can be extracted. Sulfur's primary use lies in fertilizers, which we have no use for. Instead, this element enables access to more volatile obstacle clearing and pioneer defending tools.
Apparently, what company are we part of? Apparently Fixit does not care about farming and instead would rather focus on exploiting the land, which I completely get, to be honest with you. Farming is kind of boring. Okay, anyways. Can we research anything else? We do have the coal. We do not have any more sulfur, so we cannot get black powder, which is too bad because that's probably what we could use to make any kind of firearm or explosive. Oh well. Okay, I'm going to put a box right there. In this box, I'm going to store things that I can't really use yet. Alright, and on that note, I think that is going to be it for this episode. We got quite a bit done. Obviously, we got our Tier 1 completed, and we had a nice little exploration session. Got some cool things, got some research done, and of course, expanded our factory, as you must. I think next episode, the obvious choice is going to be getting all of Tier 2 done, and then potentially making the space elevator, depending on how good my infrastructure is. Actually, how expensive are those? That is actually not too terrible, and considering we have copper wire being produced right now anyways, that's pretty good. We actually almost have enough of copper wire. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, so yeah, we're definitely doing that next episode, but I think we're going to start by completing the Tier 2 milestone, because that does make sense. Well, lots to look forward to, and a lot of factory preparations are required. Well, I guess they're not really required. I could just build them by hand, but that's boring. Let's set up some factory. Goodbye.